The time is now. On everything.
Start main event, man. It's kind of hard to pass over, man. It's like I don't want to call it easy pick. It's easy pickings, bro. That fight was phenomenal.
If y'all never heard the Roy Jones quote, y'all must have forgot. Yo, y'all really thought Matt? I know he lost two close ones to Volkanovski, and people are talking about he's at a crossroads. Is he like Tony Ferguson? Where's he gonna go after that? And Matt just said, shut all that up. Hit on one of the most amazing, not just featherweight performances, one of the most impressive performances I ever seen. The motherfucker went Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan 3, whatever you want to call it. Put on a great show. Shout out to Kevin Cater because he took all of those shots and he was right there. Never gave up, never took a knee. So amazing main event. And what a way to kick off, the first event of the year. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that's the craziest part is like one, it's the UFC's like first time on ABC, which is like the 3-letter networks. You know what I'm saying? Those are the biggest ones in the country, owned by Disney buying everything. Two, first card in 2021. You know what I'm saying? And for it to go the way it did, like it was almost like storybook for the UFC. And we spoke on it before last week. I was like, yo, what's Bellator got going on like so far this year? And I don't think they've even announced an event yet. So a big step forward for the UFC and a big pound of that chest. Let them know, you know what I'm saying? Like we here, we the one. And shouts out to One Promotions too, by the way. But anyway, Max fucking Holloway, man. The crazy part to it too is like at first I was mad at the announcer saying it's the best performance he's ever had because I'm thinking back to Ortega. But then in doing that, I was also thought back to Frankie. And I thought back to this guy's been like really dominant in moments of his career. It's like you said, Roy Jones Jr., y'all must have forgot. Like Max Holloway truly is. I wasn't gonna do this, Hulk, but it's right next to me. I gotta do it. The fucking GOAT! Let's go! But he really is, man. Like you had the performance against fucking Brian Ortega, who's gonna fight for another belt, coming up soon, I think in March. And then you had the performance against
twice.
Yeah, man. Like Jose Aldo, he's a bad man. Max is the guy at 145, and he proved it this past week. And shouts out to him in the UFC. Shout out to Josh Ward too. Tapping in, he says Max had to show out for getting shafted in the last title fight. He did too.
He said that was a big motivator for him was that fight because like when you're a champ like that and you lose a close one and you got Dana saying you won and a good amount of the MMA community telling you won, that said that reinvigorated him and really got his mind back into loving the sport. So now you got a hungry Max who's coming for titles, and I feel bad for anybody in his way.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because like I don't know if you. I mean, we have to see Volkanovski Max 3. I think. I mean, that's me saying Volkanovski's gonna beat Ortega. Maybe that doesn't happen, but it's gonna have to happen because you can't have Max floating around in these pool of contenders because he's just clearly a fucking class above him. You know what I'm saying? Because Calvin Kattar, there's no hoe either. Like he's one of my favorite fighters to watch. The Boston finisher, man. Like he's a fucking savage out there himself.
Man, that's all what it is. Featherweight is full of killers, but Max is one of those guys. Like you said, he can't float around like the top 15 and give 15, 14 guys because he will hurt them. He will like legit hurt them. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Right now off the back, I can't see who they give him next because like he just really put it on Calvin Kattar. You can't really give him like somebody like a Dan Ige or I'm a huge Josh Emmett fan, but I wouldn't want to see that either. So it's really it's weird. He's almost in that Ngannou spot where the only person he really should be fighting is the champ. But I'm interested to see what they do with him next.
No, you're 1,000% correct in the Ngannou spot. I mean, that's a perfect way to explain it. And even break it even more too, because I was excited last night about it, but I ended up passing out. I apologize for you on that one. But in the middle of the fight, because Calvin, I kept saying if Calvin wins, it's going to be a KO shot. You know what I'm saying? If Max wins, it's going to be the 5 round. I mean, exactly what it was. I mean, I didn't think Max was going to beat his ass like that. I don't want to say beat his ass, kind of disrespectful, but
he put it on him.
He put it on him. But Calvin, like where he's at, was power shots, like landing them and not in KOing dudes. And like I don't know if you noticed it. I know obviously he was throwing the hands, Max was, but he also hit him with a couple of oblique kicks. And I think that was smart because it forced Calvin to take his weight off that lead leg, to throw those power punches. And then he's just on the back, and Max is like, he's a fucking Energizer bunny, bro. Shit was crazy. And genius too, man. It's fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah, just like you said, man, a lot of people, a big part of his game plan was the hands, but he threw in a lot of oblique kicks. He landed a couple of spinning body kicks. He landed like a head kick. Like he threw in a little bit of everything. And could we go on and talk about the most savage when he looked at the announce table and started talking to him? I'm the best in the U.S. And he docked a no look straight. I'm the best. Yo, looking like Canelo Alvarez, robot. Yeah, Max had all the juice, all the sauce, man. He was untouchable that night.
That was crazy. That's one of those moments too, man. Like, dare I say it, like homage to maybe like a Muhammad Ali whose birthday happened to be the very next day, like, or the day after, Monday. No, it was the next day. So it's like that's just like one of those legendary moments. It's also beautiful to see MMA like in that spot. I'm saying like on ABC. Having a moment like that with Max Holloway, a guy who's been a champion and beat all the people he's beaten. Like, MMA is just going to be that deal, man. Max is going to be that fucking guy. He's going to be a legend. He's only 28, 29.
So just turned 29, man.
Just turned 29. Like, oh, man. I don't know if you saw it this week, too, and I planned to cut some clips earlier, but it never ended up happening. Khabib called him. He said he might be possibly end up the GOAT, like the GOAT, because he's so damn young.
I mean, dude, if we really think about it, he's really blazing his way through featherweight. He had not a short notice, but he had that interim fight with Dustin. Didn't get KO'd by Dustin. Had a really good fight with him. So in the future, we can see him move up the lightweight and possibly get that belt. So man, it really like the sky's the limit for Max. Like he has all the attributes to be the GOAT, and people love him. Like, and he loves to fight. So.